Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and welcome back to Kerbal Space program. In the last episode, we got the Arbalest on its way home from Joule. So that's all taken care of. We got about, 400 some odd days before it reaches its next maneuver that it needs to perform. So we have some time to take care of a few things. Then after that, look through the research tree a little bit to see if there's anything new to unlock that I was interested in. Nothing really that I could afford. And so I began working on design for components of a permanent moon surface mining facility. And first component of that is going to be the reactor that's going to supply power. So I got that all designed and launched into orbit. So it should be pretty much ready to go. We just need to get it over the moon and land. And speaking of landing, we need to pick a spot to actually land. And that's why I'm over here in control of the resource scanning satellite in orbit of the moon. On a polar orbit. And so, what I currently have it to scan for is, I think, metallic ores. Toggle the overlay, exotic minerals, gypsum, hydrates. I'm not sure we're going to need that, but metallic ore I think is going to be something that we're going to want. And I need to pick a spot, and it can't just be any spot. Because this is automated, it needs to be somewhere that has line of sight to Kerbin. So I'm thinking like this area or this area here might be what we're going to be looking for. So that is kind of where we're at. I mean, there's a really nice spot right there, and in this crater would also be really good. But without a good, reliable relay communication system or a manned vehicle, then that's going to be difficult to do. I do have, like, stuff over here, but I don't think anything over here has relay antennas on them, which is unfortunate, but, we shall see. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back to the Space Center, and then we'll go ahead and take control of the reactor vehicle. Because we need to get it over to moon orbit in the first place before we can really worry about doing anything else. Alright, so here we are. I don't think that the leg extensions might want to be increased a little bit. I was just looking at this. Alright. So, we're just going to use the maneuver planner, set this as target. We don't need a docking guy. Maneuver planner. We want to home and transfer. And I want this in a position where we're not going to hit the moon. A fairly low altitude, 45 kilometers. That'll do. go ahead and execute the... Oh, make sure auto warp is on. Execute the node. And then we'll get over there. I want to ditch this thing in such a way that it's actually going to hit. It's going to impact and disintegrate. And one thing I could try to think about doing is some of these upper stages, maybe throwing a relay antenna on them and then leaving them in orbit. Oh well, it's a thought for the future. And so turn these upper stages into makeshift comsats. All right, 30-second burn. These engines are loud. All right, there we are. We're on our transfer orbit. Let's see. 37 kilometers. It'll do. All right, let's get us over there. All right, let's get us circularized. After charge is increasing, good. These engines have alternators? Yes, they do. Alright, so the engines should help recharge the batteries. Alright, let's get the radiators extended because we need to get that reactor online. Alright, there we go. Start the reactor. And bingo. Full power. Stable temps. Very good. Okay, so where we're going to want to land is going to be somewhere over here and probably like in one of these small craters. So what I'm going to need to do is do a maneuver. We're also going to have to bring us, so we're going to pass over this area here. I could use the landing autopilot, and that would be far, far simpler, but I want to at least do some of this myself. All right, execute the node. This thing also has control, so I can actually pilot it or maneuver it on its own. All right, good. Go ahead and separate. All right, and then I want you to orient retrograde to orbit. And that'll do. All right. Okay, so fire up those engines. All right, we have power. Okay, so I am actually going to use the landing autopilot because we're at... Ooh, something got messed up there and I had to cough a bit. All right, I was saying, I'm going to use the landing autopilot because I'm going to need precision landing for pretty much all of these. I need to land exactly where we need it to. So we're going to pick, I think, the bottom of that crater right about there as our target for our initial mining base. And so enable auto warp and tell it to land at the target. All right, we have communications. No, I'm not going to tell it to deploy landing gear, because I don't know what that's going to do to this. Still thinking I want to give a little bit more room between where these feet are going to hit the ground and the bottom of this container. Because what I'm going to need to do is once this thing is down, all subsequent components are going to need to basically be landed within, you know, a few dozen meters of where this thing comes down. Unless I want to put wheels on everything, which is an idea. And even still, I would want to get within a minimum of a few hundred meters. 'Cause I don't want to be driving across the entire surface of the stinking moon. What is it saying? Delta V needed. Ah, yeah, I've got plenty. Time to land is in 50 seconds, give or take. Some interesting things here to study. Maybe I'll have to bring a rover over with a, an analysis tool. Scanning arm. Oh, we got a bit of a hill here. But otherwise, it looks like it's a relatively flat area, which is very good. All right, we're down. Shut down the engines. Shut down the engines. Put them all down. Okay. Now, the question will be, I want to shut the reactor off. This thing's going to last for nearly 7 years, so I don't think we need to worry about that. All right. That worked pretty well. So, we now need to start working on the next component, which is going to be probably a habitation component. For our Kerbals. All right, so actually what I was thinking is, that actually gave me a thought of maybe we should put wheels on things. So let's grab all those wheels. Advanced motors, let's grab the... Oh, not enough science. I need 30 more science. Okay. I think where's the best way to do that? I know. We'll head over to the Arbalest first. Let's see if the time it took to launch and fly that reactor over to the moon gave you time to get some more data analyzed and ready for transmission home. All right, what do you got? You've got 75 science. Beautiful. Transmit. Done. All right, perfect. I probably have more science available at Kerbal 1 station and the Ballista. But we won't worry about that right now. Specialized command modules. Experimental science. These are what, ISRU units? ISRU processors, atmospheric particle scoop. Don't need to worry about that. Radial atmospheric scoop. Holding tanks. Now we're just gonna grab the advanced motors for the bigger wheels, tracks. Yes. There we go. All right. So, let's see what we can come up with. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think that the space plane hangar might be a better place to try to do this, but let's just see what we've got. Cargo, ISRU, science parts, electrical, no, landing parts. That's all just wheels and stuff. Aero parts, structural parts. Engines. Carbonauts in control. Let's see, cargo. Servos, hinges, rotors. Kerbal attachment system. KSP Interstellar. This is a whole ecosystem I need to start working on. But we won't worry about that just yet. You have your rocketry? No. Procedural fairings, procedural parts. Umbra Space Industries. I think that's what we're going to be looking for. Because this is like all the kind of colony, resource mining, manufacturing, all that sort of stuff is in here. Caribou Crew Cab. I think that's for the Caribou Rover. Yeah. Not exactly what I'm interested in. Low altitude scoop. Honey Badger nuclear reactor. No. Don't need that. We just landed a reactor, so we're fine. Container tanks. Oy! That's a rather sizable container tank. A landing frame. No, this doesn't seem to be what I'm looking for. I think they're under utility parts. Vertical inline mining excavator? No. Inflatable habitation modules. Not really. They're gonna need material kits, right? Anything's inflatable. Orbital workshop. Observation module, storage container, service compartment. Adjustable base cradle. Oh, I see. Oh. They could land things horizontally like that. Adjustable base frame. That's the adjustable base frame that allows you to do landings like in vertical position. That's for larger parts. What do we have under structural? Let's see, multi-point station connector. Pressurized crew tubes. Huh. Interesting. Adapters, multi-couplers, air intakes, solar panels, power storage, ground construction. Orbital assembly line. Containers. Probably the thing we need is some sort of command pod for the base. Station control center. Linear docking connectors. That's a lot smaller, but I don't want this to be like really small. Ooh. I'm thinking this might be what we're going to need to go with. And it's going to need... Alright, one of these. We want to land it like that, which I think we do. Now, can I slip a probe core under there? I can. And it's going to need a battery of some description. That'll work. Leg extension. Give it a little bit more room. Lights on? It's got lights? Oh, interesting. Okay, so for the top of this, I could throw something like that on there. I don't know if that really works. I mean, it fits, but not really sure that's really what I want. How many Kerbals can fit in this thing? 5. All right. Trying to see there's like an attachable docking port, which I don't think so. Coupling. Winch, no. It's going to need docking connectors if I want to connect other parts to it. That's going to be interesting. Because everything would have to line up exactly. These are telescopic, but it's only gonna... Only gonna attach there. Docking airlock. Junior, inflatable. Okay, inflatable, you say? Oh, right. Is that what I'm looking for? Or do we want... Advanced grabbing unit? No, I don't need a grabbing unit. That's for something else completely. That's not really what I'm looking for there. These are pretty standard. Nepatron Mondo docking board. That's something I've been looking for a while. Alright. Here's one with the shielding on it. Don't really need that. Extensible crew tube. Okay. An extensible crew tube. Does it dock at one end? It does. And it retracts to something like that. An extensible crew tube. And I guess like a standard docking connector would work, right? Extend and attach to almost any part with powerful grabbing connectors. Okay, so it actually, like, you arm it and you extend, and it connects to almost any part? Interesting. I'd have to see that in action. All right, well let's just go with it for the moment. I don't want to cap this top off. That'll do. Alright, so I guess we'll call this the, ground station core. Save that. And then we'll do a new one. Or it's not going to let me do a new one. Okay. Now we'll say do new. Okay. What we're also going to need is a life support system. Which is down here. I'm going to want the big hydroponics module. What does the aquacultural actually do for me? It's a life support recycler. Reduces supplies consumption for 4 crew. Well, that's a recycling module. Never mind. No, this does. Recycler percent, 81%. So it's a better recycler than that. So, I mean, I guess I gotta throw that on there. Maybe throw that under on the bottom. Here we are. And then we would need the same round. Or would I want this mobile? Actually, let me try doing something over here. And this is kind of the way things are. I just have to kind of figure stuff out. I'm trying to do this where I can just do it in modules rather than dropping the whole base on the surface all at once. Let's see. Hydroponics, inputs, mulch, fertilizer, electric charge, supplies, 59.4 per day. This supplies what? 35.64 per day. Okay, so if we did something like this, I wouldn't have the aquaculture module, but we'd figure out a way to get that on there somewhere. But we'll start with this for now. It's gonna need a fertilizer tank, right? Fertilizer tank and a mulch tank. That's fertilizer. Life support. There's nothing here for mulch. And there's the life support mini packs for mulch. But these guys store mulch. Probably want to go for a bunch of fertilizer and mulch. There we go. Because we'll have a mining. You know, we'll have something mining there, and we'll be able to convert stuff into mulch, well, fertilizer on site. All right, we are, and what I would want to do is put on guidance unit power. And then we're going to need solar panels. That'll do, I think. And what can we do for wheels? Okay, that's not what I had in mind. Just take that off. Okay, that's a fairly sizable. No, that's that. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit more wheel than I need. Probably not as much wheel as I need. The thing is I would need some sort of structure here. Cubic truss hub. That's not what I'm looking for either. Truss adapter? No. Cubic truss. Okay, that's probably what I'm looking for there. And then I could attach... like that. And we can do that. Okay. And then for the wheels, we would mount them like this. Oh, actually, what I would want to do is wait until I have the wheels on there. And then... Oppie. And drop it like that. Okay. Ground hydro module. All that. And let's go see what it does. Alright, so there we are. Now, of course, we have no sunlight. Let's go ahead and warp it to where we have some sunlight. There we go. So we'll actually have some power. Alright, so if I decide to go forward... Alright, so let me just test some things. Alright, let's turn off the motors on these front two. Alright, so let's go in the right direction. Alright, brakes. Okay, let's take the motors off. Alright, so we turn the motors off. It doesn't do anything, right? No. Just kind of drifts. All right, and then we turn the motors on here. It goes in the right direction. Okay, good. So I don't need to reverse the motors or anything like that, which is always nice. All right, so we'll roll that down the runway a little bit. Okay. Oh, and we got a four-wheel steer. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so I want to leave this here because I want to go back to the Space Center. I want to put that core module on... Oh, no, actually, first I need to do something. First, I need to do something with this. I need to put a docking port on it. The thing is, I don't think this is going to be tall enough. We'll see. Well, no, we'll just leave it as is. I want to see what happens if I have no docking connector. Alright, so I'm going to open from the VAB the ground station core, load that in. Okay. Go ahead and put that... Clear the runway and proceed. Recover ground hydro module. No, I don't want to recover it. Abort the launch. Okay, hold on, hold on. I guess I'm going to have to move that thing further off the runway. That's fine, I guess. Now, there actually would be one advantage to having tracks as opposed to wheels. That would be the ability to rotate the thing on its own axis. That would be useful. Alright, I am now officially off of the runway. Oh, I've been doing this with the brakes on. Alright, well, turn the brakes on. Sun exposure. Yeah, we're not really getting a ton of sun exposure yet. All right, now let's try and put that core module now to land these things. What I would need to do is some sort of sky crane system. I don't know about sky crane, but basically a thrust system that would be able to place the equipment on the ground and then undock and then fly away. But we're not quite there yet. I need to make sure that this stuff is even going to work. Alright, go ahead and put it on the runway. Now this thing doesn't have any solar panels. But it's probably going to have Kerbals in it. I need to put some sort of ladder on it. Yep, we've got Kerbals in it. Yeah, we need to put a ladder somewhere? Where's the EVA? Module has no hatch. Oh. We'll need to put something on there that has a hatch. Okay, well that's a thing. Alright. If I drive this over here, how does this thing line up? Oh, does it have enough juice to get up the hill? Real stress 0.7. Traction control. I might have to back up and get a running start here. Oh, these wheels are just not strong enough. All right, well there's a concern. Oh, the brakes on still. Here we go. All right, brakes back on, slow it down. Well, now we're gonna get this running start, and probably have to put more solar panels on it. Now, let's just see what 9 meters per second does. All right, there we are. All right, so actually we line up pretty well. In fact, we probably need to elevate this a little bit more. All right, put the brakes on. All right, now on this thing, if I say arm, okay, and then it's locked. Disarm. Extend. Arm. Okay. Oh. It does. How about that? How about that indeed? Not sure why I don't see my Kerbals down here. $83 days worth of supplies. Okay. That works. That works really well. Okay. Okay. Well, what I'm going to need to do is kind of put together... I still probably want to give this a little bit more leg extension. All right. Probably something like around... Was it what 10? I probably need to bring that up somewhere closer to, like, I don't know, 40. Maybe a little bit lower. I had to mess around with it. No, I actually don't think it needs to be that far. 20 should probably work. Now, can I actually disconnect? Free pivot? Lock pivot. Free pivot? Release. Okay. And then we should be able to drive away. Okay. Disarm. Rearm. Just want to see how easy it will be to reconnect. Bingo. Very good. Very good. That works. I don't think I'd actually need to extend it. So if I armed this one, and let's just say I go ahead and release it. We disarm and retract. And then I armed it again. Would it connect with it retracted? Yep, it does. And then what if I said, okay, no, I can't extend it once it's armed. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that definitely will do. Alright, so now I just gotta figure out, I'm just gotta maybe do some more tweaking on these, and then figure out how it is I'm actually gonna get them landed. Launched and landed. Close. Close. Get them launched and landed. Then we'll start getting this base set up. Alright. Well, I think we're at a good stopping point here. I'll try and work on some of this before next episode. And then we'll start getting these parts over and landed and everything all hooked up. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.